My dear one, my cherished soul, my shining light. Why do your hands shake now as you read this message? It's because, deep down, you already know this moment is special. Please, don't look away this time. I, Archangel Michael, begged God to let me bring this to you. And now, the heavens have guided you here. Are you so busy that you can't take just 2 minutes? In those 2 minutes is the turning point of your whole life. Pay attention. The gates of heaven are not always open this wide. What I'm about to share won't stay here forever. If you close this message, you'll not only silence my voice, but you may silence the miracle already prepared for you. Your heart has suffered in silence. The world may not see how many nights you've fallen asleep with pain, fear, and unanswered questions. But God has seen every sigh, every whispered prayer, and every broken dream. None of it has gone unnoticed, which is why this urgent message has been sent to you from eternity. The reason you're reading this right now is no accident. It's a divine moment. If your spirit is here, it means God and I have already chosen this moment to shake the walls around your life and let in the light. I must warn you, if you miss even a single word, you might lose the thread that ties it all together. This message is alive, and every word holds a part of your miracle. Stay with me. Don't rush. Don't turn away. But first, my beloved, can I ask you something simple yet eternal? Will you sign this, not just with your hand, but with your heart? Will you stay connected to this flow so that you never miss what heaven is trying to give you? Because God told me, tell my child this. When they choose to stay, the blessing will grow. I can already feel your spirit coming closer. Do you think this is so urgent, Michael? Why now? Why you? Because you are chosen. Your name has been called in the heavens louder than ever before. It wasn't just a whisper, it was a declaration. And when the heavens declare something, the earth must respond. Something hidden around you is about to be uncovered. Something that will change how you see your life, your relationships, and your future. You might think you already know what's coming, but trust me, you do not. Even the forces that tried to stop this have no idea that the heavens have already canceled their plans. My child, I need you to feel this with your whole being. You've never been forgotten. The delay you thought was denial was just preparation. God has set up something so great that even your pain will bow to the miracle that's about to come into your life. Stay with me. Don't look away, because this is just the start of what I need to share with you. Beloved, you may think you just found this message by accident. But I tell you, with all the weight of the heavens, it was meant for you, even before you woke up today. The angels called your name with the morning breeze, and while you were going through your day, this message was already on its way to you. I know you have questions that no one around you understands, not even those closest to you. But God hears every unspoken thought inside you. That's why you're reading this right now. The truth is, you've been in a battle. Some of it was seen, most of it wasn't. And the burden was heavy. But today, my child, something is shifting. The heavens have signed the agreement for the release of your life. There were forces you couldn't see, working to keep this message from you. Do you really believe it's just a coincidence that you often get distracted when God tries to reach you? Every time your blessing was about to appear, confusion would set in. Every time your breakthrough was near, something delayed it. And every time you got closer to the truth, something pushed you away. It wasn't a coincidence. It was a design. But in His mercy, God has taken the lead tonight. You are reading these words as proof that the chain is breaking. Once the chain breaks under the power of the heavens, no man or demon will be able to bind it again. Listen closely, my child, because your destiny depends on this moment. Your pain has not been wasted. Every tear that soaked your pillow at night, the weight on your chest when no one saw, the rejection you faced while giving nothing but love, none of it was lost. God kept every single tear in His vessel, and now it's time to return them to you as miracles. You thought you were alone when you cried, but I stood by your side, and the angels watched over you. I whispered then what I now shout. Your story is not finished, and your ending will not be written by those who caused your pain, but by God who chose you. My precious, there's something I need you to understand that will change everything you know about life. A calling rests upon you. You are extraordinary, even though you've tried to live as ordinary. That's why you never fit in. Why did you always feel the weight of being different from others? Why did people look at you with eyes that couldn't understand you? The heavens have marked you since your birth. The moment you cried on earth, your name was sealed in the eternal records. There are doors waiting for you that won't open for anyone else. And the reason this message is so urgent is that your season of waiting is almost over. The heavens are at work, and if you miss this, you could miss the moment meant to lift you into the next season of your life. Even now, as you read, I can sense your doubts rising. How could this be for me? How can God still think of me after all I've done, all my mistakes, all my failures? But listen to me, my child. God has never measured you by your failures. He has measured you by His love. The enemy wants you to believe you are unworthy, but the heavens have already declared your life as chosen. Do you really think your mistakes are stronger than God's mercy? Nothing you've done can undo what He has already planned for you. That's why I'm here, almost begging, almost pleading, because you are closer than you think, and I cannot let you walk away from what is already standing at your door. Now I must tell you something that you felt but couldn't put into words. There is a heaviness in your home, an invisible presence that makes the air feel thick, the nights longer, and the silence louder. You may think it's just in your mind. Around you, spiritual battles are taking place. But don't be afraid, because every time darkness has come near you, my sword has burned brightly, keeping it from touching you. That's why, even when everything seemed like it would break you, you are still standing. That's why you made it through when others couldn't. And that's why God has chosen this moment to say, enough. No longer will others define you. Even now, as you read this, I can feel your doubts growing. How can this be for me? How could God still think of me after everything I've done, after all my mistakes, after all my failures? But listen to me, my child. God has never judged you by your failures. He has judged you by His love. The enemy wants you to believe you are unworthy, but the heavens have already marked your life as chosen. Do you truly think your mistakes are stronger than God's mercy? Nothing you've done can undo what He has destined for you. That's why I'm here, almost begging, almost pleading, because you are closer than you think, and I can't let you walk away from what is already standing at your door. And now, I must tell you what you felt, but couldn't put into words. There is a heaviness in your home, an invisible presence that sometimes makes the air feel thick, the nights longer, and the silence louder. You might think it's just in your head. Spiritual battles are happening around you, but do not fear, for every time darkness has tried to reach you, my sword has burned with light, keeping it away. That's why, even when it felt like everything was going to break you, you are still standing. That's why you survived what others could not. And that's why God has chosen this moment to say, enough. No more will others define you. My beloved, my chosen one, my precious child of light, I know you feel the weight of this moment right now. Your heart is not beating by chance. Your hands are trembling for a reason. Something inside your soul is waking up as you read these words. And deep down, you already know this message is meant for you. Please do not turn away. Do not miss this moment. The heavens have waited for far too long to get your attention. I've begged God day after day, night after night for your name, for your heart, for the moment when you would humble yourself. Finally, the divine timing has come together. And now, you stand on the edge of something so great that everything beyond it will look completely different. I need you to take a deep breath, because what I'm about to reveal, will shake you. God has been trying to reach you for months, even years, but every time his voice was near, distractions would appear. Every time his miracle was on the verge of arriving, someone or something pushed you away. But now, at this very moment, the heavens have locked the door around you, making sure nothing can take this word from you. That's why you're here, reading these lines, even though part of you never expected it. Destiny will find you, my child. And when the heavens call, no earthly chains will keep you back. There have been storms in your life that you thought would destroy you. You cried in silence. You wondered why everyone else seemed to have their answers, while your prayers echoed like a whisper in an empty room. But here's the truth. God has never ignored you. He has kept every tear, noticed every sigh, and heard every cry that no one else heard. And today, he sent me to tell you this. Beloved, your waiting has not been in vain. The door is opening. The answer is coming. The miracle has been prepared. Still, I know the enemy is whispering doubts in your ear right now. This can't be for you. It must be for someone else. You are too broken. You've gone too far. But listen to me, child of heaven. If you were too far gone, you wouldn't be here. If you were too broken, this message would never have reached you. Don't you see? The very fact that your eyes are locked on these words is proof that God still holds you. Proof that your story will not end in ashes, but in glory. Proof that even now the heavens refuse to let you go. Let me take you back for a moment. Remember how you almost gave up. Remember how you felt like you couldn't take another step. And yet, as if from nowhere, strength appeared. Somehow, an unseen hand lifted you. Somehow, a quiet voice inside you said, "Not yet. Keep going." That was me. I am Archangel Michael, assigned to protect you from the very start, keeping you safe from dangers you didn't even notice in the attacks against you. That's why you are here now. That's why you survived things that others couldn't. That's why, even after betrayal, a broken heart, rejection, and failures, you are still standing, still fighting, still searching, because the heavens have never abandoned you. My beloved, stay with me, because what I am about to share is crucial. There are forces around you right now. Plans have been made behind your back. In secret places, words have been spoken about you, and not all of them were good. The enemy tried to set a trap for you, but I am here tonight because God will not let this trap succeed. I have drawn my sword, and the outcome of this battle is already shifting in your favor. But you cannot ignore this message. You must not turn away, because your role is not passive. You are called to rise, stand, and walk into the destiny that has already been prepared for you. I can almost hear your heart asking, why me? Why now? Why would God choose someone like me? Let me explain. Because you were chosen from birth. You have never been an ordinary person, even though you tried so hard to be. That's why you always felt different. Why you never fit in. Why even in crowded rooms you felt invisible. You were chosen. Your name was called in the heavens long before it was spoken on earth. The burden you carry is not a curse. It is the sign of your calling. The pain you have felt was not by chance. It was preparation. And the breakthrough that is about to enter your life will not only bless you, but everyone connected to you. Now I must speak of the heaviness you've felt in your home. Sometimes the air feels thick, the nights seem longer than they should, and the silence is almost too much. It's not your imagination. In the background of your life, spiritual battles have been taking place. But you didn't see how often I struck down what was coming to harm you. Do you know how many arrows I stopped before they could reach your heart? That's why, even though you were wounded, you were never broken. That's why, even though you were hurt, you were never destroyed. The hand of God has protected you. And now, he says, enough. The storm is over. The night is ending. The dawn is here. But, my child, I must warn you. Your time is limited. This is not the message you can ignore and return to later. The heavens have opened the gates to your life, and they will not stay open forever. Every moment of delay is a new plan from the enemy. Every second of hesitation is a risk to your blessings being delayed. That's why I urge you, open your heart fully now. Don't harden it. Don't close it. Because once this flood of miracles begins, you won't have time to prepare. It will come suddenly and powerfully, and you must be ready. Now, I must speak about the heaviness you felt in your home. Sometimes the air feels thick, the nights feel too long, and the silence is overwhelming. It's not just in your head. Behind the scenes of your life, you couldn't see how many times I stopped what was coming against you. You didn't know how many arrows I deflected before they could hit your heart. That's why, even though you were hurt, you were not destroyed. That's why, even though you were bent, you were never broken. The hand of God has kept you safe. And now he says, enough. The storm is over, the night is ending, and the dawn is here. But my child, I must warn you again, your time is short. This message cannot be put aside. The gates of heaven are open to you, but they will not stay open forever. Every moment you hesitate is a danger to your blessings being held back. That's why I beg you, open your heart now. Don't close it. Don't harden it, because when the miracles begin, you won't have time to prepare. It will come suddenly, and you must be ready. And know this, beloved, the enemy fears you. Do you know why? Because they see what you cannot. They see the anointing on your life, the power hidden deep within your spirit, and the purpose carved into your soul. They know that once you realize who you truly are, nothing in this world or in hell will be able to stop you. That's why you've been attacked so fiercely. That's why your relationships were tested, your finances shaken, your health at risk, and your mind tormented. It wasn't by chance. It was all done intentionally because the enemy knew that if you survived this season, nothing could stand in your way. And here you are, surviving. My dear child, lean in closely. The heavens are about to tell you something that no one else can. A new chapter is being written in your life. Not tomorrow, not next year, but now, tonight. The pen has already touched the page, and your story is changing. You are entering a season where what once overwhelmed you will no longer have control over you. The people who once doubted you will quietly watch as God lifts you. Doors that once slammed shut in your face will open wide, and no one will be able to close them. Blessings that seemed delayed forever will come so fast, you'll barely have time to catch your breath. My beloved, I must reveal more deeply what the heavens are whispering to you. There are moments in your life that you may think were pointless, but they were actually milestones on your path to destiny. The closed door you once cried over wasn't rejection. It was a change of direction. The betrayal you faced from someone you trusted wasn't abandonment. It was the heavens cutting off connections to protect your future. The broken heart that left you in pieces wasn't punishment. It was preparation, creating room in your heart for the one meant to stay. Even the loneliness you felt in the quiet hours wasn't emptiness. It was God creating silence so that He could finally be heard. Don't you see? Every wound, every scar, every tear shaped you, turning you into a vessel ready to carry the miracle now rushing toward you. You must understand something about time. God does not measure time the way people do. You counted the days, months, and years waiting. But the heavens didn't count the days, months, or years. They counted the lessons, the breakthroughs, and the moments that seemed like coincidences. When the clock of eternity strikes, everything happens in an instant. Suddenly, what had been stuck for so long moves in a matter of seconds. Suddenly, prayers that felt unanswered break through into reality. Suddenly, blessings you thought were lost forever show up at your door, multiplied. This is the season you are stepping into right now. But I urge you not to take this moment lightly. What is about to happen will happen quickly, and only those who are alert will be able to catch it. If you turn away now, you might miss what you've been praying for all this time. I need to share a secret with you that the heavens have proclaimed, but others didn't hear. You are not just loved, you are chosen. And when you are chosen, the battles become tougher, the nights seem longer, and the pain feels sharper. But so do the blessings, the victories, and the breakthroughs. Do not mistake the heaviness of your struggle for the absence of God. In fact, the struggle is proof of your calling. Why would the enemy fight you so hard if you weren't dangerous? Why would you face such resistance if you didn't carry something so powerful that even the enemy trembles at your name? My beloved, you have underestimated yourself, but the enemy never has. They saw the light in you long before you could see it yourself. And I need to remind you that your tears were not in vain. Do you remember how you cried as you fell asleep? Those nights were counted in the heavens. Every tear was a seed, and now the harvest is ready. What you sowed in sorrow, you will reap in joy. What you lost in silence will return to you with abundance. The very ground where you bled will become the same ground where you will dance. God is too faithful to let your efforts be wasted. He is too just to overlook your sacrifices. Even now, as you read these words, angels are at work, carrying out tasks connected to you. You may not see it with your eyes, but your spirit can feel the changes. Stay with me, because I must tell you what's coming next. There are people who are about to leave your life. Do not cry when they leave. Do not chase after them. Do not beg them to stay. Their time with you has come to an end, and if they remain, they will only block what is coming for you. God is cleansing you, preparing you for new growth. He is planting fresh fruits in your life, and beloved ones will appear out of nowhere. People who will unexpectedly show up, bringing the keys to doors you could never have opened on your own. Strangers will become your allies, and old enemies will fall silent before the very blessings they once said you'd never receive. Those who mocked your faith will witness your testimony and will not be able to deny God's hand on your life. And now, I must tell you something even more important. Your name has been spoken in rooms you've never stepped into. People have discussed you in places you've never been. And even though some of those words were meant to harm you, the heavens have turned them into good. What was meant to discredit you will become the reason you are elevated. What was meant to destroy you will turn into the very foundation you will rise from. Don't you see, my child? God does not waste the plans of your enemies. He uses them to show you your true destiny. That's why you shouldn't fear what's being whispered behind your back. The heavens hear every word, and the final word will always come from them. Beloved, you are stepping into a season of sudden change. What used to be your weakest area will become where you shine the brightest. The battle that drained you will become the testimony that strengthens others. The pain that nearly destroyed you will turn into the story that saves someone else. This is how God works. He takes what seems like ashes and turns them into crowns. He turns mourning into dancing. And now, I need to tell you something even more important. Your name has been spoken in rooms you have never entered, and you've been discussed in places you've never been. Even though some of those words were meant for evil, the heavens have turned them to good. What was meant to tear you down will become the reason for your rise. What was meant to destroy you will provide the foundation for your victory. Don't you see, my child? God never wastes the plans of your enemies. He uses them to reveal your true purpose. That's why you shouldn't fear the whispers behind your back. The heavens hear every word, and the final word always belongs to them. Beloved, you are entering a season of sudden changes. What was once your weakest area will become the place where you will shine the most. The struggle that wore you out will transform into a testimony that strengthens others. The pain that almost destroyed you will turn into a story that saves someone else. This is how God works. He takes ashes and turns them into crowns. He takes mourning and turns it into dancing. He takes silence and turns it into songs. Your life is about to sing once more. And when it does, the sound will be so powerful that even those who doubted you will stand frozen in awe. But I must warn you as well, do not return to what God has already freed you from. Do not pick up the broken chains. Do not go back to closed doors. You cannot enter this new season while holding on to the ruins of the past. That is why your heart feels heavy right now. You know I am speaking the truth. You know there are things you need to let go of. And even though it hurts, it is necessary, because if your hands are full of yesterday, you will not have room for the blessings of tomorrow. Listen, my child. I am not here to entertain you. I am here because your destiny is at stake. God has allowed me to reveal what has been hidden, because you can no longer afford to walk blindly. You are standing at the threshold of the greatest change in your life. The heavens have already started releasing it, but your heart must remain open. Your spirit must stay alert. This message is not a coincidence. It is an invitation. An invitation to rise, to believe, to boldly step into the calling that has been waiting for you. My beloved, listen closely, because the heavens want to reveal things to you that no eye has seen and no ear has heard. There are blessings with your name on them, blessings that have been set aside for you until this very moment. They were not denied to you. They were preserved for you, like treasures hidden in the earth, waiting for the right time to emerge. And now, that time has arrived. That is why your spirit feels uneasy. That's why you feel the changes, even before they happen. It's not your imagination. It is your soul recognizing the sound of doors opening in the spiritual realm. Everything that was closed, everything that was delayed, everything that seemed tangled in confusion, the heavens are now untangling. You may wonder, why did God allow me to suffer for so long if the blessings were already waiting? The truth, beloved, is that diamonds are made under pressure, and gold is refined in the fire. Your character had to be tested. Your patience had to be tested. Your faith had to be made stronger. Without the tears you cried, you wouldn't have the wisdom you now carry. Without the pain you endured, you wouldn't have the compassion to love others as you do. Without the battles you fought, you wouldn't have the authority to step into the place God is about to position you. Every delay had a purpose. Every hardship was a lesson hidden beneath the surface. And now you are ready. Ready not just to receive blessings, but to keep them, protect them, and grow them. Can't you see how it all fits together? That unexpected encounter with someone who breathed life into you, that opportunity that seemed to come and go without notice. All of these were pieces of gold. The heavens have been working behind the scenes to weave them together, and soon, when you look back, you will see the full picture. What once seemed random will turn out to be divine. What felt insignificant will prove to be great. What looked like a loss will become a gain. The pattern of your life will be so clear that you will wonder how you ever doubted. And when that moment comes, you won't just believe, you'll testify. But my child, I must also tell you something more important. Not everyone around you will celebrate this season with you. Some will smile to your face, but secretly, they will envy the light shining on you. Others will try to pull you back into old habits, reminding you of who you once were, not realizing who you are becoming. Some will try to speak words that shake your confidence, but I tell you, don't let their voices drown out the voice of the heavens. Their doubts won't stop your destiny. Their envy won't take away your elevation. Their gossip won't close the doors that God has already opened. Stand firm, beloved, because the higher you rise, the louder the noise will become, but it will only be noise. Let me remind you of the power within you. You are not walking this path alone. Legions of angels surround you, protecting every step, every choice, and every movement. The road ahead won't be without its difficulties, but you will no longer walk as someone broken. You will walk as a warrior. The enemy will continue to whisper lies, but your spirit will instantly recognize them. Fear will knock at your door, but faith will answer. Doubt will try to sneak in, but destiny will rise up and shout louder. You are gaining strength you never knew you had because the heavens are pouring into you right now. That's why, even as you read these words, your spirit feels lighter. That's why, as you take these words in, something inside you says, "Yes, this is for me." And now, I must speak about your future, beloved. On the horizon, the blessing of restoration is drawing near. What you thought was lost forever is coming back to you, better, stronger, and multiplied. Broken relationships will either be healed or replaced with ones that will honor you. Opportunities you thought you missed will return, but with even more favor. Finances you believed were gone will return in ways you never imagined. Health that seemed fragile will regain its strength. Joy that once seemed so far away will shine again in your home. Restoration is not just a promise, it is already happening.